This is the Cyberpunk mouse. A hollowed out design, crazy RGB, interesting, right? In a world of gaming mice where there are so many options that we can pick from, my all-time favorite model has always been the Logitech G502. I've been looking around just to see if something can dethrone this. So can this mouse replace it? Well, we're gonna go ahead and find out in this review. This is David, your casual nerd. Let's go ahead and check this out. This is the Gravastar Mercury M2 and it goes for $79.99. When Gravastar wanted to send this over, I fell in love with the look right away. This isn't a sponsored video, by the way. I just really like the visuals of this mouse. For me, shipping took about 3 days, which came from their US based warehouse. So keep this in mind when ordering this product. Also, this model only comes in black as of making this video, and it's also available on Amazon. There's also a ton of features that I want to talk about, but first let's see what comes with this mouse. So first we have the 1K receiver, which connects to your PC, the USB-A to USB-C charging cable, which is made out of paracord, so that's a nice touch. The user manual, a USB-A to C adapter, extra foot pads, anti-slip stickers, and lastly the Mercury M2. So we have some decent stuff that comes with it, but nothing too earth-shattering. Since this is Gravastar's mid-tier mouse, it doesn't really get the flagship treatment that their other mice get. But aside from this, let's start talking about the design and ergonomics of the mouse. Like I said before, the mouse is a visual stunner. Definitely an acquired taste. You'll either hate it or you'll love it. But if you're into the whole cyberpunk gamer aesthetic, this is right up your alley. The hollowed out design is reminiscent of mice like the Razer Viper Mini SE, but with some really awesome looking RGB inside to spice things up. The mouse also weighs about 79 grams, which in all honesty is not that great, especially with the hollowed out design. Compared to the Logitech G502X, it's a big difference, but I think we can go lighter. The scroll wheel is nice as well with a rubber coating, but I do wish that it had a free scrolling option. Nothing a keyboard can't fix. We also have 2 programmable side buttons, and also the DPI button can also be programmable. These settings can all be customized in the app, which is only available through Windows, which I did find pleasant to use surprisingly. I also do love the placement of these buttons since you don't really need to shift your grip at all. But with this appealing design, you do give up some of the ergonomics, which unfortunately is my biggest gripe about this mouse. Since the outside is more or less all plastic, it constantly slips in my hand and I have to orient it in this really awkward position. I want to say that this is all relative to myself. I do have chubby, medium-sized hands. I'll have a different perspective to those with larger, skinnier ones. The good thing is that with the optional stickers that come with the mouse, you can somewhat alleviate the problem by adding them onto the grip. A solution to this could be some added rubberized texture, or simply just hollow it out less, kind of like the glorious Model O. One of the coolest parts of this mouse is the RGB. It makes it look insanely futuristic and cyberpunk. Can you tell that's the theme of the video? When using the Windows app, you can change the lighting mode to a few presets, which I do find interesting that there isn't a fixed color mode, so I feel like the app might be a little bit limiting, but in my opinion, it gives you mostly what you would like adjusting the brightness, the speed at which the RGB fluctuates, and you can also adjust your DPI settings, macros, button settings, and more. So next, I want to talk about something really important, which is the sensor of this mouse. We have a 3395 sensor, which has a 1K polling rate. I mean, this is pretty average for a mouse at this price range, but where this mouse inches ahead is in the DPI, which has a max of 26,000. And I'll say that when gaming, this sensor really does come to life. It doesn't skip a beat. And in my testing, there wasn't any kind of latency that I felt. It kept up with all the fast situations that I was placed in, and no kind of stuttering, which I'm very relieved to say. It felt like I was using my G502 in the sense that the connection was perfect. So let's just say that the sensor and the latency won't be any kind of problem for you. So with the sensor and RGB, you would think that this mouse would have some shoddy battery life. I was getting around 60 hours, which was pretty in line with what was advertised. With heavy gaming sessions, the battery life would probably last me around 2 or 3 days. So I think your mileage may vary. It just really depends on how you use this mouse. I also want to say I was a huge fan of the connectivity. You can use the standard dongle, connect this thing through cable, and also connect through Bluetooth. This came in handy when I wanted to switch from PC over to my Mac. I mean, this isn't the best kind of productivity mouse, but it's really nice that I had the option. And And lastly, before my verdict, I want to talk about the mouse clicks. Let's compare this to some of the other mice that I have. my opinion, the Mercury M2 sounded a little bit more muted than the other mice. The Razer and Logitech ones sounded a lot more crisper, and you can really feel that when you're pressing on these all day. Granted, there is a lot more technology that goes into the Logitech and Viper mice, so the Mercury M2 will sound a bit standard compared to these. If I can recommend an alternative to this mouse, I'd say the Glorious Model O is probably the best comparatively speaking. It comes in at the same price, has a better weight and battery life, but the sensor is not as good. But that's my opinion. Go ahead and leave some suggestions down in the comments. So with my final verdict, my ratings are buy at full price, try it out, wait for a sale, or completely pass. My recommendation, you try it out. I'm not gonna lie, this one was really hard to pinpoint for me. I was really up in the air between a try it out or a buy at a sale price. I would say along with the sensor, most likely the ergonomics is gonna be the tipping point for a lot of people. And it's also a lot heavier compared to the other gaming mice out there on the market and the same price range. 1K polling, which I do admit, I really do wish it was at least a 2K polling rate. But at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind, this is only 80 bucks. And in my opinion, which also does push me over to that next rating of try it out, I think this mouse just looks freaking awesome. I love the RGB that other mice don't even have, which honestly is most likely contributing to the weight. And also, if you're into showing up your desk setup like I am, this also does help out with those Instagram pics. But yeah, what did you guys think about my review for the Gravastar Mercury M2? I think it's a pretty good mouse that I think you guys should try out, or at the very least just look for a promo code or a sale price. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get a promo code for us down in the description below if you do see one. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Watch this next video on why I think a gaming mouse is better for your productivity. I think it's an interesting watch. But anyways, thanks for watching today's video. This is David serving you a little side of tech, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless you guys.